On the morning of April 12, 2007, 14-year-old Jonathan Hagans sat at the kitchen counter, quietly eating cereal. It was 7:38 a.m. His mom left for work just 6 minutes later. At 8:17 a.m., Jonathan's little sister came downstairs to get ready for school, and her brother was gone. Not out for a walk, not at the neighbors, just gone. His shoes were still by the door, his phone was still charging, his school backpack untouched. But Jonathan? Nowhere to be found. The doors were locked. The windows? Sealed shut. The house alarm? Silent. No tripped sensors, no logged entries, no motion alerts. The police would later call it one of the most puzzling disappearances in state history. And what they found in his bedroom the next day turned this into something far stranger than anyone expected. Jonathan lived in Pinehurst, a quiet, middle-class suburb in Pennsylvania. He was quiet, artistic, and deeply imaginative. He was the kind of kid who spent hours drawing eerie sci-fi creatures, filling notebooks with strange stories and mysterious symbols. His mom, Amanda, said he was the kind of kid who didn't fit in, but didn't care to either. In the months before he disappeared, Jonathan's behavior started to change. He was staying up late, locking his bedroom door, covering the vents with towels, and for 2 weeks straight, he didn't draw anything. Then, 3 days before he vanished, he started drawing again, obsessively, until 2 or 3 in the morning. When Amanda asked what he was working on, he just said, "It's something I saw, but I'm not sure if I saw it in a dream or for real." April 12th started like any other Thursday. Jonathan was awake early, dressed for school. His mom left for work at 7:44 a.m. By the time his sister came down at 8:17, the house was silent. She thought maybe he was in the bathroom or still upstairs. But after 5 minutes of calling his name, she knew something was wrong. Police were called just after noon. There were no signs of forced entry, no damage, no struggle. But in Jonathan's room, they found his sketchbook, left open, waiting. The last page was a black and white drawing of a tall, faceless figure standing at the foot of Jonathan's bed. Below it, he'd written just one sentence: "He's here." Detectives interviewed neighbors, family, teachers. No leads. No one saw him leave. No unusual cars. No witnesses. The Hagans' home was surrounded by 4 other houses. Nobody heard a thing. The home's alarm system had no logs of motion after 7:46 a.m., when his mom left. No fingerprints. No footprints. Not even on the grass outside. The media picked up the story. "Boy vanishes from locked home" made headlines statewide. But without any evidence, police couldn't build a profile. There was no sign of a kidnapper, no ransom call, no digital trail. And then, the theories started. One theory was that Jonathan had been planning this, that he ran away. But nothing in his search history or behavior suggested that. His personal journal entries, found weeks later on a USB stick, were about nightmares, dark forests, and a thing with no face that kept showing up in his dreams. Some Reddit threads popped up years later, suggesting a connection to the Slender Man, an urban legend that would explode online shortly after Jonathan vanished. But Jonathan's drawings predated that myth and matched no known character or creature from books, shows, or games he consumed. In one drawing dated April 9th, just 3 days before he vanished, Jonathan had written, "I think he watches through the walls. I think he waits until you forget he's there." In 2015, 8 years after the disappearance, the Hagans family moved out of the house. The new owners did a full renovation. While replacing the floorboards in Jonathan's bedroom, they found something. A second sketchbook, hidden between the wall and the floor. It contained 7 pages, all of the same figure, each one slightly closer, each one drawn darker than the last. The final page was completely black, except for one phrase scratched deep into the paper: "I let him in." The case was reopened briefly, but nothing new came of it. No new witnesses, no evidence, and no trace of Jonathan Hagans. To this day, Jonathan's case remains unsolved. No one knows how he disappeared or if he was taken at all. There are no suspects, no motives, no physical evidence, only a sketchbook, a phrase, and a faceless figure that still haunts the imagination of anyone who hears this story. Where did Jonathan Hagans go, and who or what was here? That morning? Some mysteries get solved, some don't, and some were never meant to be understood.